So I am recording now.
Alright. He's the first. Man, I read this shit like a week and a half ago. I forgot everything. Alright, you ready, sir?
Yes, I'm ready. I'm ready if you are.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the ABBs.
You gonna try that again?
Yeah,
Chief?
we're gonna try that.
This episode sponsored by Cat
Daddy
Daddy Moonshine. 80 proof. Finding at your local ABC liquor store. $22 a bottle.
ABCs of the TPBs. And I'm still trying to think of something after that 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Are you okay, sir?
Yeah, I think I'm okay.
All right then. It's your boy Seed, and I am joined here by my host,
Ninja Dave.
Ninja Dave is in the house. We are back with yet another juicy, flavorful episode of comic book talking, man. We're on our E episode, man. If you haven't figured that out from the title when you clicked on it. You see how far
I'm just removing the bookmark that Seed put in here for this Earth X, and I'm seeing how far he got, and he's just like, man, he's just
Yeah.
You know, honestly, I think this is further than I got with Chew.
Spoiler alert for
that
the
might be it.
next section.
So what's our measuring scale again? It's the
The Gomez graphic.
The Gomez graphic. We gotta give a shout out to Miss
Alicia Gomez. So
Yeah.
she left us a little comment on the episode, the D episode.
Yeah.
Which at the time of this recording, we just posted a couple days ago. As a matter of fact, actually yesterday it went up. And so let's read what Miss Gomez had to say. If I can get back to this, Joy. Vamp for me, will you?
Yeah, I will vamp for you. So it's been a running gag for the length of this long and storied history show that Daryl does not care for particularly Earth X, which is, as he describes it, the poor man's Kingdom Come. I don't know if you've read DC's Kingdom Come, but that was a good fucking story.
Seminal.
It was great. Even some of the offshoots that they did with that story that were great. Did you see the stuff with was it Gog? No, Magog.
No. I never read any of the side off joints. I just know that there were.
There were. Did you
offshoots.
know? Did you know his deal though?
No.
So
They really don't touch on like where he comes from or anything like that.
That's okay, but the whole reason why I picked up the story was because he had such a hatred for Superman, right?
Such a hate, like I do.
Yeah, well, yeah. So what he did, and you may also adopt this, he went and found Superman and killed him.
Oh, great! Yeah, great.
It was great.
That's
But
what you do.
But he wasn't satisfied with that.
Oh.
So he got a time machine, went back in time a day earlier, and killed Superman again a different way.
Wait. That's already causing a wrinkle.
It is.
He doesn't survive to the first killing then.
But it doesn't matter. He's still being killed, and so he goes a day back
Go
earlier,
and a day back,
and he kills it a day back. So he keeps doing that.
That is wonderful.
And so there's this ether where all these dead Supermen are gathered. They're like, we got to do something about this. He just keeps killing us. You know, we keep ending up in this zone or whatever. But I just loved it so much that he hated Superman so much that he was not satisfied with just killing him once. He had to continue killing him.
I can't.
And in different ways each time.
It's like a weird reverse Groundhog's Day.
Yeah.
I can't think of hatred that bad in any other modicum of.
Not since you
fiction.
watched Justice League on the big screen.
Not since I read Earth X.
Oh.
So we have the Gomez graphic.
The Gomez graphic. Okay, right.
So we were talking about our D's, which were Divinity and Descender. She left us a nice little lengthy comment. Would you like me to read that, sir?
I would like you to read it because she's awesome.
She is awesome. This is some fan interaction here. Quote.
I would say that she's our number one fan at this point.
I would say she's probably our only fan. Nah, actually, strangely enough, this gets more listens than the actual Paprika podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
interesting.
And this is our highest rated show on the network.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, who knew?
I maybe it's from all those hand jobs I've been giving out in the back alleys trying to say, hey, you know, if you listen to our show, I'll give you a 5-minute handy. I don't know.
Hey, 5 minutes, 3 is all I need. Quote, Alicia Gomez. I have to wholeheartedly agree with the double go on Descender, which is lovely. She endorsed it. I get drawn to comics the way Daryl does, and as soon as I saw the cover, I knew it was a comic I would be intrigued by, and flipping through the gorgeous pencil/watercolor pages had me sold, no matter what the story was going to be like. Bonus being the story is very engaging. The pathos of AI with action, adventure, and mystery thrown in. Who are the giant killer robots, and why do humans always have to be the assholes who are robot buds? Valid question.
Valid question.
Volume 1 is wonderful, which makes Volume 5 such a disappointment.
And you just picked it up too.
Yeah, I did. Actually, I've had it for a while. I just finally picked it up off the shelf. I feel like the dialogue has become more trivial and the content has thinned out. Even the art has gotten more sloppy, in my opinion. But Volume 5 is the first time I've really felt that in this series, so I'm still sticking with it. Ooh, but as far as next week goes, I can tell you right now that East of West will destroy, all caps, the other title. Finishing Volume 1 of East of West, I knew the story was going to be epic, and much more so on and so forth from there.
Fair
Well,
enough.
we'll see how this all plays out.
You know what? It seems that she's like really in line with your tastes.
I am very much in line with Image, and I think she's also very much in line with Image.
Fair enough,
That's how it
but you
goes.
still can't ignore that you guys are you kind of on that same line.
We're on the same wavelength.
She's like your biggest fan. I wish one day I too could have a fan who agrees with my choices. One of these days.
Here's what you do: you gotta make sure this show gets out to more people, and that way we can find the Dave Cunningham fan, the Ninja Dave fan.
See, I like that you took the high road there because you could have just said just choose stuff that doesn't suck, Dave.
See, I thought about it,
Yeah,
but I went the high road.
you went the high road. You're a classic guy. I appreciate
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
So that was the D's. So I do believe that's 1 point for me on the Gomez graphic.
Oh, I think that's yeah, man. That's another point. You know what? We gotta update the Gomez graphic.
We need to get this Gomez graphic.
Because I think you're probably because this is episode 5. I think you're 4 for 4 right now.
I don't know if I'm 4 for 4. I can't remember what her thoughts. I don't think she gave her thoughts on. Actually, she liked the Authority.
Yeah,
she
she
liked
liked
the
The
Authority.
Authority, yeah.
So that was one for you because you chose the Authority.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we're
go back and listen to this
All
shit.
right, so we're 1 to 3 so far. In
I'm not gonna complain.
That's fine.
I don't know if she gave any. Did she give any feedback on the bees?
And the bees. So that was Batman vs Predator, and then
Black Widow.
I don't know if she actually read Black Widow. Alicia, we gotta. We lit the
solidify.
lantern. You have to respond to the call. Let us know what's going on. But yeah, so we're into the E's here, and
Yeah.
you've got East of West, and I've got Earth X. I like how you fan those pages.
There's nothing better than a good smelling comic book, man.
Yeah,
It's ink that dried on. Just here's what you do: you walk to a comic book store. First thing you do is take a deep ass breath. That's what I do every time I walk into a comic book store.
Yeah.
You just smell, just grab anything off the shelves, and just from the that beginning of the Marvel Studios logo or something like this. That's it. Flipping through them pages,
Yeah.
man. Just get a good whiff of that.
It's so awesome, man.
It's so awesome.
There are 2 things I want to talk about. See, since you mentioned the Marvel graphic, but I had to get used to the new comic book smell. I used to be all into the news, the recycled newsprint,
The
old stuff.
Yeah.
I love that stuff has a visceral thing.
Nice
For me.
glossy page, man.
The new glossy pages. There's so much more detail that you can get on there. It's neater, it's cleaner. But I miss that newspaper smell.
On the flip side, I do like it when on these new glossy pages they will go for that look, so you can see it's for some reason purposely very pixelated, almost like they're going for a pulpy type feel. Bitch
Yeah.
Planet does it all the time.
Bitch Planet does that.
with their stuff.
And I have still had trouble getting through that one.
Really? Did you?
Yeah, I love the concept, and I've started reading it over and over again from the beginning, trying to catch that momentum, and then try to catch it from like issue 2 onward. And for some reason, it's not getting me.
I was supposed to write for Bitch Planet.
Were you?
Yeah.
You're supposed to write for it.
So they've been taking a massively long break between volumes 2 and 3, but they didn't want to leave the readers hanging. So in the meantime, they've just been doing a lot of like small vignettes, and they're called Bitch Planet Triple Features.
Okay.
So each triple feature has 3 stories, 8 pages each,
Yeah.
set in that world. And she reached out to me and she was like, "Hey, would you like to write one of the triple features for Bitch Planet?"
So you said yes. Here it is. I've already had it prepared months from now. What's up with that, man?
It was the most insane pitch process I've ever gone through, and at the end of it, we just couldn't come to differences or couldn't come to terms, man.
Really?
Yeah.
So you had she asked you to write something, and then you tossed it out there
I
to
pitched
her,
an idea to
and
her.
she was like, "Nah."
She's very protective of the property.
I can imagine. I met her. I got her to sign the copy that I have.
I love Kelly Sue. She is my second favorite writer, and we bandied back and forth. Me and her and the editor, and then me, her, the editor, and the artist Val Delandro. Yeah, and we just couldn't come to terms. It was gonna be a noir story. Yeah, because this is a world where women are just cartoonishly oppressed by men, like they take it and turn it up to 11 or whatever. And I was going to do a joint called Blondes Prefer Gentlemen. It's going to be a take on Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. In which, what was my idea? It was like a woman killed her husband in self-defense, and the lead investigator, and she made it look like suicide. The lead investigator was a woman. Who had kind of been through some of the same abuse and shit she had, so it was like an internal struggle. Do I rat her out and send her to Bitch Planet, or do I just kind of write it off as, yes, this is an accident?
We can't solve this one.
Yeah, and go about a day. But we tried to work it a couple different ways, massaging it. We just couldn't. Couldn't get it together, man. Yeah, the rough part would have been trying to fit that in 8 pages. But
is that offer still on the table?
No, it's no longer on the table. So I would have gotten that first official publishing credit, and about $800 or something like that. But can't win them all, man.
Can't win them all. Keep going, man.
Anyways, we're gonna talk about, speaking of Bitch Planet, published by Image. East of West is also published by Image. This is would you call this? I'm not sure if I could call this dystopian sci-fi, because do we ever get this? Is Earth correct?
We're not. It might as well be Earth, because a lot of things like historically that they reference follows Earth's history until a certain point, until this event. So it might as well be Earth.
All right, we'll call it Earth. So we'll call it some strange alternative history. Let's call it that. The Horsemen of the Apocalypse have been brought back to life in this joint. Pestilence, war, famine, and death. Only death didn't come back, man. Death came back with his own agenda. His agenda is to find his motherfucking wife. Because, of course, death would be the one that falls in love. And this whole first volume is kind of like his quest to find his wife, and there's some twists and turns that happen along the way. We find out there's a group of people whose entire dedication is to the message. And that message is telling them to destroy the world. Why they want to destroy the world hasn't been revealed in this volume yet. But so we got a couple things going on. Death's trying to find his wife. There's people trying to destroy the world. The other 3 horsemen of the apocalypse trying to do their own type thing. They're also following the message as well. And it's all complete chaos in this first volume. Written by Jonathan Hickman. Art by Nick Dragotta. And the letters by Martin. I don't remember what Martin's first name is. Frank Martin. Frank Martin does the colors, and Russ Wooten does the letters. This one signed by Hickman. What did you think about this, man?
I loved it, man.
You loved it?
I loved it. It had the dialogue that I really love. It's very high concept, very weighty, very. Then the characters were very self-aware. Hyper aware, I guess you would say, and I love that type of thinking, because I aspire to that with my interactions with people in real life, and I'm disappointed that it comes up lacking many times.
You mean like how you craft your sentences?
Not just craft your sentences, but also just how you find yourself in the world, how you consider yourself in the world, how you consider yourself with as opposed to others. It's just the way of a way of relating to everyone else. Just on a different level, just above the level of, hey, I go to work and I do this thing and I just got to survive. This is kind of what loftier things are you crafting in your life?
Shit, the only goals I have in life is to pay bills and stay black.
Pay bills and stay black.
Yeah.
You keep working on that.
The look of sheer disappointment on your face. Who would be your favorite character out of this joint?
I would say that the Mark Twain-esque guy. I'm horrible with names.
Dude with the long droopy mustache. He's kind of got his own plans going on.
He's got his own plans, and I love his deal because he's just he knows he's gotten to that point where he's had his fill of the world, but now he's really just employing game theory to enjoy the rest of what he has.
Yeah. I gotta give it to Death, man.
Oh, Death is your favorite character.
Yeah, they gave Death all the best lines.
He's
got a very Malcolm Reynolds type. You're talking about this dude, right? You talking about this dude?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Death has a very Malcolm Reynolds from Firefly type way of speaking, which I find enduring because Mal was one of my favorite characters back when that show was on. Mm-hmm. He's on the simplest quest, I think. A quest. He found that his wife is alive. Mm-hmm. And all he wants to do is get back to his wife. That's the simplest quest a man can have.
And his other quest was just killing everybody else involved in her death.
Yeah, he's killing his way to the truth, I guess one could say. Yeah. Overall, where would you see this plot going?
Where would I see it going? Well, spoiler alert. Well, since he's going to get his,
he's going to get somebody in particular.
He's going to get somebody in particular.
Yeah.
And so he's going to go. He's trying to rekindle things with Redacted. And he's also we still haven't seen how the other horsemen regard him.
Yeah, they just kind of pop up randomly throughout the book.
They kind of pop up randomly. It seems like they would be like a set, They're
kind of like henchmen with no master.
Well, I mean, and the thing is, and Death isn't even their master. It's just another guy in the group is like, hey, we were going to this party together. Where the fuck did Phil go? Fucking Phil, just messing up for everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm interested in seeing what their relationship is. We've seen in flashbacks them all working together, but then still, it's a little hazy as to what their purpose is, how they function as a unit, what they're actually what they're actually looking to do.
This whole other plot of the Message and people trying to bring down all of society and the world, does that pique your interest at all? Or their motivations or why they're trying to do it?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, I've seen religion used as a tool, warfare. I mean, you can see that throughout history.
Yeah.
But the fact that there is one singular message that this group has bandied together to usher in, it seems interesting that they feel like they can be in control of
fate.
Of the apocalypse.
Yeah.
So I'm just interested to see what comes from that.
Okay.
I mean, I see the mark of the beast and all that. I see them cultivating that. I don't see how they plan to use that.
What do you think about? Let's talk about Nick Dragata's art for a little bit in here. What do you think about this art?
The art is solid, man. It reminds me of, in some ways, it reminds me of, and just this is the type of art I wish Frank Quitely would do.
Oh, I can't stand that dude's art.
I know I can't stand it. I mean, it's everything is just all the same. But in this one, it has echoes of that, but it has a lot more personality to each character.
To me, Frank Quitely draws like a dude with Parkinson's, man. Everything's all squiggly and weird looking, and
it's got all those extra shades, those line shading.
Yeah,
it doesn't really have
it doesn't need to be there. Oh, I can't stand Quitely.
The arms are just like added on muscles. It's all the way down. It's like a tree trunk.
Oh, that I'll attribute to Liefeld, but yeah. Is there any panel in particular that stood out to you in this joint, or is there any joint that's like, yo, if I could put this as a painting on the wall?
Painting on the wall. It has to be the joke that he told Death. What did one cat say
to the other cat?
To the other cat. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, meow.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck else do you think it was going to say? He's a cat, goddamn, I loved it, man. I loved the it was a straightforward tale, but it has some twists and turns in it, and I like that about it. It was handled well. I didn't see those things coming.
Yeah. We got nice action up in here, man.
The action is decent.
Yeah,
it's just kind of. I'm a little worried because I mean he's already OP. I mean, how do you kill Death for one thing?
True,
how do you?
True.
You can always stop, I guess, forestall, but it's I don't know. I want to keep reading. For sure, because like I said, I have some favorite characters in it.
Okay, well then.
Have you read beyond this volume?
I have read the first 3, and I am sitting on the first 6. Because at this point, I'm just like, oh, there's a new volume that dropped. Cop. And one of these days, if I actually have some time, I will sit down and I will read through this shit.
Okay.
But yeah, it's what I've read for the first 3. More characters introduced. Death finds what he's looking for, and things take turns. Things take turns. Yeah, yeah. So this is a definite go for Ninja Dave.
Definite go.
All right, I like it. Definite go for you. It's a definite go for me. I think that's all I got, man.
All right.
That's all I got.
We'll head to the break then.
Who is this Mongol?
Long ago, he was the sole dictator of his home planet, but he was ousted by another tyrant and is determined to reclaim his throne.
So what does that have to do with us?
Mongol has determined that the surest way to take back his world is to first conquer the entire galaxy. One can only assume he now views Earth as a threat to that plan. And so he comes, with literally enough firepower to destroy your world.
And we're back. I don't think I've seen Daryl this unexcited to do anything ever before.
I'd rather go to work than read this book.
Go to work. I think that says it all for you. I think you already know that Daryl has a no-go on this one. I put a go on this one, but before we get into it, I just want to give props to everybody here. Alex Ross and Jim Kruger are given props for doing the story and the concept, with Alex Ross doing the covers, Jim Kruger doing the script, John Paul Leon doing the pencils, Bill Reinold doing the inks, Todd Klein on the letters, Matt Hollingsworth, Melissa Edwards, and James Sinclair on colors, and then the original series editors being Polly Watson and Marie Javins.
Lets me know just how long Matt Hollingsworth has been in the colors game, because I see him on damn near every Image comic, it sounds like.
And it seems like he's definitely put in the work.
He's put in the work.
Earth X, as Daryl describes it, is the poor man's kingdom come.
Correct.
Because you kind of flash forward to see our heroes. First, it's painted beautifully by Alex Ross. But we get to see our heroes in kind of the not so distant future, and kind of see how the stories have shaped out.
Yeah.
For Earth X, I think you can agree it is bleak.
Yes.
It's so bleak.
Yes. It is that. There's no hope in the future.
Tell me what you felt about while you were reading these first. I don't know. That first chunk that you had your bookmark in.
Exactly that, man. Like, there's a lot of confusion, a lot of things that aren't laid out going into it, and there's plenty of stories that are like that. They kind of toss you in, and they will either A, expect you to catch up, or B, they will catch you up.
Right.
Or a little bit of both. This is one of the ones that just kind of throws you in there, and I guess the watcher catches up the new watcher, and thusly the reader. I guess because we see the new watcher is the reader's way into this story.
And so the new watcher is who?
What was his name again?
The Machine Man.
The Machine, yeah.
The Machine Man.
So yeah, it just kind of throws you in there, and you just gotta kind of plow through it to figure out what all's been going on. Watcher's kind of a dick in this joint.
Yeah. Though it could be argued that Watcher is a dick in any incarnation.
Watcher in Original Sin is not a dick. We'll find out when we get to the O's.
It took him that long, though. Like, this entire history. This one time that he was not a dick, he was like, hey, Watcher's he's a cool dude.
And that's kind of when he's getting murdered. But yeah, it's...
What disturbed you the most? Was it the artwork, or was it the fact that, our heroes do not have a happily ever after just yet?
It was the story.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like, I just couldn't get engaged with it, you know? I was just kind of flipping the pages and reading the captions and the word bubbles, and I was like, yep, that's the thing.
Yeah.
And then I would turn the page, and it'd be more captions and more word bubbles. I couldn't get invested. There's no investiture.
What do you think about, I'll throw this thing out here. What do you think about the whole bit of the Asgardians being not gods, but shapeshifters?
I mean, that's just weird.
Yeah.
Like, that's...
Like it's like the final evolution of
Yeah.
Most species is shapeshifter.
That's just a strange concept to me. Like, I couldn't wrap my mind around that.
Really?
Like, Asgardians are gods. That's what we've known in our heads for years.
Right. But you know, they came to Earth and they adopted these tropes that humans had, and they became those gods because they're shapeshifters, and they become what is needed to.
Yeah, I wasn't cool with that.
I wasn't cool with it.
Like,
so no wonder you didn't get, because that's kind of where this series is kind of pushing. It's like, where is mankind going to end up?
Yeah.
You know, we've got the struggles with mutants. You got the struggles with Inhumans. All these different forces in play here.
Yeah.
And you know, like the ultimate thing that Celestials have seeded is to create races that eventually just become what they're needed to be.
Yeah. So take us through this story, man.
Take the story. It's like I said, it's been years since I read this, but it's just the future is bleak. The future is.
There's just no hope.
It's just no hope
whatsoever.
There's. I mean, the thing is, it's like you expected them to kind of hold some things together.
Yeah.
But it seems like no matter where you look, everything just unraveled. Everything has come undone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just it turns a lot of stuff when I say that, and like I said, it was very bleak. But I love the pacing. If you were to continue reading it, if it was your jam,
Yeah.
I think a lot of things that happen, a lot of the tropes and things established in this book have been developed further in actual Marvel stories.
Yeah.
Like the idea of there being a celestial that's still in Earth, and Galactus actually goes planet to planet, not just to feed. He feeds because he must.
Yeah.
But he feeds on planets specifically that have celestials slumbering there.
Yeah.
To essentially population control for the celestials. Since he's the only figure, and so it's I don't know. It's just, I for the time, I thought it was a refreshing take, even though this happened after Kingdom Come.
Yeah.
This is Marvel's,
Marvel's
version.
Kingdom Come.
Yeah, it's just a version of that.
And you said it's been how long since you read this?
Oh, it's been years.
Many years?
Yeah, I didn't even get a chance to refresh myself on this when we started reading this. When we started going into the E's, I guess I should have. Memory's not serving me very well.
So did you ever read past this to Universe X?
Yeah, I have all the Universe X stuff too.
Really? Mm-hmm. So Earth X was intriguing enough for you to pick up Universe as well. Mm-hmm. Okay, all right, interesting, sir.
Did you read Universe X?
I bought them both without having read them.
Sponsored by Cat Daddy.
And I donated them both to the library. I couldn't get either one of them. Yeah, it wasn't for me, sir. It wasn't for me.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Well,
so it's a no-go.
It's a no-go for you.
Obviously, if you've read Earth and Universe, this is a go for you.
Yeah, it's a go for me. But like I said,
what about the bleakness in all this intrigued you? What caught you?
Just seeing that. Like I say, I'm a fan of not everything has a happy ending. Especially because I've read a lot of manga and watched a lot of anime. Mm-hmm. And they take a different take on storytelling than just the easy to swallow, very Americanized. Hey, the hero always wins the day, that type of stuff. So, in this one, not everybody has that happy ending, but that's kind of the heroic thing. People keep fighting anyway.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sacrifice that goes down, and there's a lot of we have to buy time for this next thing to happen. But it's just it's kind of like. It kind of has some finality to it because like all the heroes that are involved in this are older, and you don't really see many young people picking up the banner to keep fighting.
All right. So Universe X is a continuation of Earth X.
It is.
All right then. So do you see any youngers coming into play in Universe X, or would this be like a world dying out of superheroes?
In some ways, yes. In some ways, no. There are some. There's some. I won't say there's new blood, but there are new characters taking up the mantle. There was a lot of speculation over the identity of the Daredevil character. Mm-hmm. They thought that this was actually Deadpool.
Okay.
As the new Daredevil.
Interesting.
Because it was a very different take on the character. The humans featured prominently here as well, and I've been a sucker for them for a while until the recent TV show.
Never been a fan.
Really?
Never been a
That's
fan.
right. You also haven't been a fan of Inhumans.
No,
too.
not a fan at all. Not a fan at all. Just give me my mutants and I'm good. I don't need any fake ass mutants.
Fake ass mutants. See, I guess maybe that's part of it. Maybe you were never a fan of like the Celestials, the Deviants, the Inhumans. That side
that's
of
the thing.
Marvel stuff.
My jam is just good Earth-based Marvel stories. That's why the Avengers are my shit. Like they hold the shit down on the ground. Every once in a while, they got to go out in space. If you need to go out in space, you got the Guardians. Sometimes the X-Men might travel to the moon to fuck some stuff up. But mostly, the Avengers will handle your ground shit. And then if aliens come from space to Earth, that's when the Avengers get involved. I like my stories very ground based. I have my buddy Eric. He's very cosmic based. He's Nova and Green Lantern. Those are his jams. He's very space based. And I got another buddy that's very cosmic based with Doctor Strange and Brother Voodoo and all that, Zatanna and all that kind of stuff. And so between the three of us, we run the gauntlet of things. But yes, very very down to earth things I can relate to. I guess like if the city's being attacked, now I can imagine helping defend the city or my city being attacked while the dudes come to. If like someone's gonna hurl a moon at us, I can't fathom that in my brain. You know what I'm saying?
So you
I can. I just can't relate to it.
Let me ask you this also: were you ever a fan of Jack Kirby's art?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's probably another big. Come on, all right. I'm getting more the measure of you.
Yeah, not a fan of anything that came out of the 70s, 80s, really.
Really?
It was a whole different style of art and storytelling. You go back and you read
it was rough. It was even on these old eyes. Some of that stuff was rough for me. I couldn't. I have an appreciation for Jack Kirby stuff because I love the splash pages. I love the dynamic postures, that kind of thing. But it just. Yeah, to me, it kind of screams old.
Yeah, I'm much more a fan of contemporary joints. And like as far back as I'll go is like the mid 90s. Like I'll go back and read like some 90s X-Men shit, like maybe like some early Claremont type business, or maybe even Joss Whedon's Astonishing, which I think was like early 2000s actually. But yeah, that's about as far back as like maybe it's like some Liefeld, like Heroes Reborn, that was 97. Yeah, I remember reading that and liking that shit. But other than that, I need contemporary storytelling, contemporary art to go with it.
Interesting.
Luckily, I grew up in the golden. I'm in the golden age.
I was kind of that way. I mean, even though I grew up in those times where Kirby art was featured prominently, it didn't resonate with me at the time, and that was the same way about like video game graphics. I mean, when Legend of Zelda dropped, everyone was just all over it hardcore, and I was like, "What's this blocky shit?" I'll wait. And then they finally came out with Breath of the Wild. I'm like, "This is great." And now I'm over video games, but
I was playing Star Fox the other day, hard.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Which one?
The original Star Fox.
The original Star Fox. Oh, yeah. See, I couldn't do it.
I was having a blast. I couldn't having a blast.
I was like, did they make this pixelated on purpose?
So yeah, that's I tried. I gave it a good college try, and then there'd be times like, oh, I need to sit down and read Earth X to get ready for this podcast.
Yeah.
Or I could just watch Atlanta, or I could sit down and read, or
I could do anything else.
Yeah, I could do literally anything else. I just call up on a nice little Daredevil run.
Yeah.
Instead of reading this, like it felt more like homework than any of the other joints we've done, because I was just like, I look at him like, I guess I should sit down and try and read this. You know.
All right, well, fair enough. Like I said, this was as thick as you can see this thing. There was a great deal of world building that had to come into play for it. Yeah, it's just the world's gone to hell in a handbag, and the heroes are still fighting, and there's an even greater threat coming.
Yeah,
and that's why the Watcher's involved. I enjoyed it. I would encourage you listeners there to at least pick up the first issue of Earth X if you can. Find it digitally. Yeah. And just see what you think about it. Because it's I found it to be quite interesting. It's a different take on a lot of different things, and it because I like freshening things up. There's a soap opera of comic books that we get, and you see kind of a rinse repeat when, hey, we pushed the envelope, we made this thing that will change the face of this character forever, and then they reboot it, and then that kind of stuff, and it goes upon, or it just gets reset. But this, it was kind of that, here's almost the end of the line for these characters.
Yeah.
And what do they do when they're faced with this ultimate challenge?
Word.
So, I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, boom. There you go. You can check it out on Comixology. The link will be in the show notes, as it always
Begrudgingly.
is.
He'll go to copy and paste and just go comatose right onto the laptop.
Look,
I can't do it.
If my computer shorts out because I'm crying the whole time while I'm editing this episode down,
right,
you'll know what happened.
Right, Dave. We didn't have time. I just cut out the entire next segment. It's for time, you understand.
It's time is straight. Our listeners like 20-minute segments. That's
Right.
it. So we're gonna talk about what's coming up next for old ABCs.
I think we should.
I think we should, sir.
I mean,
What do you have coming to the table?
I have
Going back to the Marvel line.
going back to the Marvel line. It's just this is one that you recommended to me. We actually picked this up because we're buddies. We're BFFs. We went to the Minicon together.
You know there's one this weekend,
arms
right?
locked, skipping.
You know there's one this weekend.
But Heroes?
It's not the one at the Grady Hole. It's one that's
the Minicon that's up.
Minicon.
Okay.
Is it Concord? No,
Concord, yeah.
Yeah, Concord. I might go check that out.
I've got stuff planned for this weekend, so I might not make it to that one.
Word.
It's on Sunday, though, right?
I think it's a Saturday, Sunday.
Saturday, Sunday?
One of those two.
It's usually like a one-day show. I think
might
it's
just be Sunday.
Might
Yeah.
just be Sunday. But anyway, I might be able to make it if it's Sunday. But we'll
I'll
see.
be at work.
You'll be at work?
Yeah.
Back
Back to this.
But anyway, back to this. My F, so this is one that you recommended to me, was the FF, the Future Foundation.
Future.
Written by Hickman.
Who wrote East of West?
Yeah, he wrote East of Hickman is he's an amazing writer. I think you guys need to find more stuff by him.
So underrated, man. Between this, that, his whole Avengers run, Secret Wars, Black Monday murders.
The guy's got some demons in him that he can only get out through writing.
He exercises quite well.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm just amazed by stuff. Like I read something, I'm like, man, this was amazing. Who wrote this? Hickman.
Yeah.
I should have known.
Should have known. The Nightly News, check that out. That's another Hickman joint. Manhattan Projects is a Hickman joint. This dude's been putting in work.
He's been doing. He's something else.
He's something else.
Artists on this one: Steve Epting, Barry Kitson. We got a bunch of people on this one too, and I know you're not a fan of Fantastic Four.
Not at all.
But I have liked Fantastic Four. I've enjoyed Fantastic Four in various incarnations over the years. I love the Ultimate Fantastic Four. I love some of the classic stuff that they've done as well. Mm-hmm. I consistently feel that they keep getting the Fantastic Four wrong in the movies, except for the original that had that overly theatrical Doctor Doom, which I loved.
The original, like the first 2005 Fantastic Four?
What do you mean 2005 Fantastic Four? Yeah, the one with the was it Corman?
Oh, the Roger Corman
Roger
Fantastic
Corman.
Four.
Yeah,
That Fantastic Four.
2005.
Okay.
No, it's you have to go with the Corman version. That's the best version of Doctor Doom we've ever gotten cinematically.
All right, fair enough. All right. So, you've read this already?
I read it.
All right, then.
I read it. I just kind of on the lark. I was like, hey, I was gonna wash some clothes. Let me just kind of pop this book open, see what's going on, and it drew me in, and I was like, you know what? I was like, I need to just get this entire run that he was doing, because he has crafted an entire Reed Richards thing for this series, and I think it's great because Reed's a douche.
No, yes.
Yeah.
Did you buy this specifically because you needed an F for the show?
And also because you recommended it.
All right,
but
then.
yeah, also
Serendipitous how that works out.
Yeah.
I am bringing to the table Fables. Yes. What is that? Vertigo?
Mm-hmm. It is
Yes,
Vertigo.
our first Vertigo.
DC. First
book.
DC.
Yep,
Well,
DC
I guess,
Vertigo.
Yeah, you want to loosely call it DC. I mean,
Have you
hasn't Vertigo been disbanded
Yes,
now? Yeah.
Vertigo's disbanded. You've read Fables, correct?
I have.
All right, then. So this will be retreading some old territory. When was the last time you read Fables?
It's been years.
Yeah.
A few years. And then I played was it The Wolf Among Us?
Yeah.
Played that. And my daughter's playing that too. So.
Very nice, very nice. I just got into it. I think I'm only like 5 volumes in right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this is all new for me, for your old boy here.
So you have, well, I won't ask you what you're thinking about it.
Yeah, we'll save
just
that
find
for
out.
2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
When we record
Go ahead and
this
place
show.
your bets, listeners, if you think Daryl will love or hate Fables. And if you think he's going to give Fantastic Four a go or no go. Go ahead and place your bets. Let's see where it is on the Gomez graphic.
Yeah, we got to see what Gomez is talking about on the old Gomez graphic over there.
Yeah.
You got anything else, sir?
I think that's about it. I don't have any other projects going on at the moment. I think that's kind of by design.
Yeah. You're taking it easy these days, huh?
I am taking it easy. I'm doing a little bit of soul searching, looking for what it is that brings me joy. And I've cut a lot of other fat out of my life, so that's good.
Yeah, so you, as of now, actually, the week this episode goes up, might be joining me as a guest on Paprika. For
You might
our,
be.
what do you say?
What do you mean might be?
I'm not going to commit you on air. Is all I'm saying. I
Hey,
can commit you on air.
I'll commit myself on air.
All right, then. So
It's on a day that I'm available. So.
You'll be joining us for Road to Infinity War Part 2 on Paprika. Me, you, and hopefully German and his whole
Of the Germontourage.
Yeah.
He's going to bring his Germontourage.
Yeah, of course. We're going to get super sweaty on all things Infinity War right before the movie drops. And that's going to be that. So it'll be the next time these cats here is going to be there's going to be 2 Ninja Daves in 1 week coming out now.
I know it.
Yeah,
Can you handle it?
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can. That's why I edit it on mute. I can't handle all the Ninja Dave. I think that's gonna do it for this episode. So, so stay tuned. 2 weeks from now, we'll be back in them Fs. And until then, I am Seed.
I'm Ninja Dave.
Take it easy.